Peace, all the God. I'm super excited for us in this life to anchor the qualities of bliss, truth, and beauty known as heaven into our daily and momentary experience now. And so it is. Peace, soul family. I was tuning in to a conversation earlier today, and it really helped me understand what it means to be a damaged human being. A damaged human being to me nowadays, and whatever terminology I could use, is really just an individual who has taken on the human incarnation and might have neglected themselves along the way. That's typically what it boils down to because I was having a conversation and man, it's saddening sometimes, but I don't get sad anymore. I used to get sad about it, but then I recognize that every single individual is choosing and being an example for their choices. So somebody choosing um, to, let's say, go to college and be someone, right? But then to have a whole life with no love, with no soul, with no vibration, with no joy, that's a teaching for somebody. You can say, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to be just like Auntie. Yeah, sure. But zoom into that aspect that she's fucking bored and lonely and soulless. And she's just, consuming other people's creations because she's not creating anything. Her soul is just being cast to the side. And she pick up a job instead. That doesn't mean everybody's condition and situation is going to look like that, but you want to learn from what you can learn from. So, yes, you might be like, yeah, but I still want to work. I still want to create and I want to do things this way. Well, damn, you might want to do it that way. So, figure out that for you. But in the same hand, be attuned to know that, those who've gone before you have shown you certain things as they've made their choices. So, you want to have that in awareness. Why I'm mentioning this is because we have the opportunity to see a lot of times mistakes, but doesn't mean we should live them out. Sometimes we have the opportunity to see choices that might have been seen to be the best choice, but in the scheme of totality, it's not the best because look at what it's doing over here. Look how it affects this. And then you have a different higher awareness. Then it's like, well, now I have to just validate all of my feelings and utilize all the examples to come to the best decision. I'm making this message in this video because I've been assumed to be very scholarly and very wise and all these other kind of things. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's only because I've had so many beautiful examples of what not to do. If this shit was ice cake and Krispy Kreme and all that kind of sweet, I might not have nothing to share with y'all because I wouldn't have nothing to rub against to say, oh, this not that. This is this instead. This is so everybody has to get their own experience, but don't let your experience get you, okay? Because if you live through the past without any expectation to embrace the heavenly now, then you're only going to be in complaining and regurgitation. And this is why I'm making this video, because everybody has something to see. Everybody has a story. I was raised with my however, right? But if you let that experience be your life, now your experience is your life. You want to have a life that is rewarding with heavenly experiences, not necessarily past experiences, unless you like remembering heaven. You understand me? So I'm making this video because, man, I was having a conversation and I realized if you don't take off certain character traits, you grow with them. And someone who's been isolated as a child and made to feel like their thoughts and insights are not needed, welcome, or valid, that individual who experiences that is going to perpetuate it. They don't have a choice. If they don't listen to their own inner child, they can't hear the heart of another person, the inner child of another. You can't hear it because they're not listening to their own heart. See? So it just touches me deeply because this individual that I had a conversation with uses the name of God all the time. And this is the reason why I started my work. This is the inspiration behind all the shit that I do. It's not enough to have some scriptures in your mind, brother. It's not. It's not enough to have proverbs on your lips from earlier. If you don't have compassion in your heart for one, yourself, your person, for one, your spirit, for one, your consciousness, knowing that whatever comes into you is going to be expressed if you allow it to. So you want to put positive impressions so you can have positive expressions. This is called giving a fuck to me. To somebody else, this is psychology. So somebody else, this is manifestation. Bitch, just call it giving a fuck. This is what I care about. What comes in my mind, bitch. This is why, cause I care. You don't have to become no operation. You feel me? But it makes me passionate because one thing to have the scriptures in your mind, but if you don't have them in your heart, then where are they really? It's one thing to have God on your tongue all the time talking about all the things that God is doing, but if you don't understand that you are the walking emanation of God, what the fuck are you doing? Living in ignorance, living outside of knowledge of self, living outside of that dynamic that communion brings the community. The union is God knowing himself. So, to know the scriptures is just, it's just really just, I don't know. It's just like getting a car to drive on roads that you can't even go on type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just get a Bugatti so that you can show other people you got it, but you really driving 60. You feel me? Like, and I like a Bugatti too. Thank you. But the quality of what I'm observing and what I'm sharing here is more important than the dynamic of the way in which you choose to live. You feel me? Because the correlation of anything is the purpose of what the thing is for. So I don't care if it's a Honda or if it's a Bugatti. I would prefer the Bugatti, thank you. But I know I'm getting the A to B with this Honda too. You feel what I'm saying? It's about the purpose and the value of what is present and how you attune to it by your attention, your awareness of it. And that's called yourself. So when you get a vision, when you get an insight, when you get an idea, when you get inspiration, who do you think God's talking to? God's speaking to himself, herself, you. And you have to tune into that and be like, okay, well, no, this is where this is coming from. This is not coming from nowhere. I seen a send receipt. No, you need to be here with the read receipt. Okay. When somebody send you a text message, you want to see if they read it. God's texting y'all. Check your phone. Thank you. That's all I'm coming to say. Check your phone. But it's truth. It's truth all the way around. And do this work for your heart. Do this work for your heart because I seen where it goes with the mind alone. Peace to all the God.